how you approach writing.
With fear.
Well, that's important, and I know a lot of writers approach that. But how would you describe your writing style?
My writing style was probably terse. I never believed in long dialogue passages, generally, and except in a situation like this, you don't find many long passages. I think that's terse would be the word.
And terse is your answer, so that's a
yes, terse.
What about the process of writing? In terms of, like, did you outline? Did you write on a particular schedule every day?
I didn't write on a particular schedule. There was a time, for a long time, when I didn't outline. Later, when I started to do biographies, I began to outline those. I did more rewriting on those than I ever done before.
What about how do you visualize the story? Do you visualize it in images and scenes, or in actual snatches of dialogue, or how does that come together?
Hard to say. I think basically I see it in scenes. What happens when two characters or three or four are together? What is going to go on? And the dialogue generally comes from those scenes, from those visions. I remember when I was doing, this of course is another story, but when I was doing Wallace, I remember seeing so clearly the image of Eddie being taken away to see his dying mother and all that kind of stuff. And at the same time, I knew that George had to be going to, this had to be the day of George's wounding. So I would have to say that I would work largely through scenes.
When you got to the dialogue stage,
I'd write it.
Did you read any of it out loud, or did you hear it?
I heard it. It would be inside, inner.
Did you have a process for developing ideas when you were writing for any of your projects?
Not particularly, no.
And some people have a little notebook and.
I've kept so many notebooks and thrown out so many notebooks. Wouldn't even talk about it.
But in terms of actually writing, if you had a novel you're basing a teleplay on, or a series, how did you break it down and make it adaptable to what obviously can't cover the ground that, let's say, a novel could cover?
Well, for instance, with Stalin, the secret was finding where to begin. And he began the day that Lenin was coming at the Finland station. The characters were generally true to life. The situations in which they found themselves were true or they were not true. I told you about the beginning of Wallace. It was total invention. Several things were invented in that way. I would rewrite scenes much more than I ever did before, except when I did Kingfish. And that just came out very easily.